Hello there, I am Elena Valdez, and I am here to do the reading for the month of February. And this is for the parents of the Leo child. And yes, can you believe it's already February? All right, so your cards are already popping out. And I'd like to welcome back those of you who are returning, and I'd like to give a good welcome to my channel for those of you who've never been here before. Uh, the way I do this is I pull three cards, these three cards in front of me, from the perspective of the child. And we'll start off with what your child is experiencing during the month of February, potential challenge, and what it is that your child needs most from you during this month. And again, this is for the Leo child and it's intended for the parents. We'll top off the reading with the final card of advice for you, the parent. Most of the times this advice card is in relationship to the challenge of the child, but I'm also noticing that other times it's just a separate message depending on what's going on in your life for you. So let's see what you get. All right, let's get started. And if you haven't done so already, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. It makes a world of a difference in terms of the algorithm, and I really want to get my channel out there. Okay, let's get started. What's going on with Leo in February? Leo, yes, beautiful. This is a great card to get for little Leo. So Leo is exploring some new creativity here in February. That's wonderful because that is the element of Leo. It's about creativity. It's about creating, getting involved in new projects, new friendships or whatnot. So here in February, there's something that your little one is discovering. And it looks like whatever he or she is discovering, it has something to do with some kind of independent project. I mean, there might be other kiddos involved, as you can tell by his little companion down below. However, for the most part, this is something that your little one probably became interested on his own and has decided that this is something he wants to do. And so this is beautiful because already your little one is showing signs of independence and leadership. And so you're going to notice a bit of, what is the word? Not stubbornness. It's not what I want to say, but a oh my gosh, I lost it. I'll come back to it though. Okay, let's see what's a potential challenge though. Okay, the sun. The sun is a beautiful card to get. The sun is about high vitality, lots of energy, fun, creativity. Um, wanting to be in this energy of bliss. It's a beautiful card, right? So then what's the problem, right? When you get it in the challenge, I mean, what can possibly be a challenge? I mean, it seems like such a wonderful card. Well, that's just it, right? Because the challenge could be that your little one only wants to do the things that are blissful and happy and creative. And it can potentially get, in the way of the day-to-day routine that perhaps you have set up for your little one. Another potential issue here, though, is that as these new projects or these new sides that your child is discovering here, you could also come into some blocks, meaning blocks in self-expression, right? So this can work twofold. For some of you, it's going to be that, well, your child really only wants to have fun and create and, be in bliss. For others of you, as your child is discovering this new project or this new creative thing that they're getting into, they may be stumbling across some confidence issues as well, right? Because the sun is all about confidence. But remember, it's in the conflict and challenge position. So either A, you have a child who's a little too overconfident and only wanting to do the things that are fun and maybe, telling you, the parent, no, I'm not taking out the garbage, or no, I don't really want to have my dinner because I'm having too much fun. Or the flip of that is someone who really wants to embrace something new and learn something new, but is a little fearful and maybe lacks some confidence. So, of course, this is what's beautiful about having these readings, is that they serve as a heads up, right, for the parent to be on the lookout for. So you'll know on what side of the coin you fall, whether it's the child who is just wanting to have bliss fun or if it's a child requiring a confidence boost. And if that's the case, if your child's not really feeling good about himself or herself, then this is a great opportunity to show that little Leo how brilliant and what a genius he or she is. Okay, now in terms of what your little one needs most from you, the parent, the tower, yes. So this is a few things. Okay, so the tower is about letting go of the familiar, right? It's about allowing allowing ourselves to dissolve what has already been built. And usually because the foundation isn't too sturdy, right? So this is when things come apart. And but remember, we're reading this in the context of the child perspective. So this could be a few things. Number one, it can be literal, like in the case that this little guy is building something. For example, now again, these are all examples. Please apply as it best resonates for your household. But the tower can literally symbolize you giving your child the permission to take something apart. Like, let's say it's a project that he just doesn't feel happy with, then literally giving your child the permission to say, all right, it's okay. If it's not working, if you're not happy with this thing you have built, let's start over. Let's break it down. Let's take it apart. It's okay to start from scratch sometimes. It's okay to go back to basics, right? And so for a group of you, this is what your child is going to need most from you. Your child's going to need you to allow him or her, give him or her the permission to start a project over. Okay, now I know that this is going to require some balance, right? Because you don't want that. There's a fine line between being a perfectionist and just following through on something and completing it. But you'll know how to balance that. But there is a need of just giving your child a break and allowing them to do something over. It's okay. For others of you, it's about allowing your child to fail through this, whatever this new identity that he or she is coming into, this new form of doing things, and reminding your child that it's okay to have some bumps on the road. Basically, the bottom line here, if the tower is showing up in what your child needs most from you, it's really about you allowing the process to unfold and allowing it to be an okay thing instead of a, oh no, this is horrible, right? Like allowing your child to start a project over, allowing your child not to be perfect. It's okay if things fall apart. But if you want to start over, honey, that's okay too. Let's work on it again, right? And so there's also a need here for, this is a very energetic card, right? So this also tells me your little one's going to have like a bolt of energy. Like literally, see that lightning bolt? You see this? Like there's a lot of energy here in February. Some of you are going through the transition, into puberty. So this could be a big indicator here of an energy shift, like a literal body energy, like physiologically, biological, all of that going on. And it's about allowing your child to go through that whole new hormonal change as well, and just going with the flow and the bumpiness of that, because that at the end of the day is what the tower is about. The tower is about a bumpy road, things not going as smooth as we'd like them to. So if it keeps coming up here in the position of what your child needs most, it's about you facilitating this and helping your child navigate that bumpy road in whatever way your child needs from you, right? So in some cases, it's going to be exerting energy. In other cases, it's going to be, like I said before, allowing them to start a project over. And in other cases, it's just going along with it and reminding them it's okay. Things don't always go as we so perfectly. We don't always have perfect confidence. We're not always shiny, and sparkly. It's okay. Leos can be a little tough on themselves, even from itty bitties, because they are, you're right. They're represented by the sun, and the sun represents the ego and vitality and showmanship. And so they want to show up in their best light, even as little itty bitty ones, right? And of course, depending on their astrological chart, they're going to function or, utilize this energy differently. But in most cases, how they show up to the world is very important to Leos. So this is whatever your little one's going through right now. It's about exploring his and her own creativity, his or her own capability and ability in some skill set or in some arena, whether it be school, peers, creativity, whatever that is. And so there's going to be a little bit of, I don't want to say disruption, that's not the right word, but energy in your household here in February. And for some of you, I'm sensing you are already feeling this here in January. I mean, I'm recording this at the end of January. By the time you see this, it's going to be February. But I see this spilling well into March as well. So, it's fun though, right? Because at the end of the day, your little one is growing, your little one is expanding, getting to know herself, and learning how to be a leader and learning about their abilities. So that's beautiful. Okay, let's see what advice Spirit has for you, the parent. And this will show us if it is in relationship to your child's perspective or if it's a separate advice card for you. Let's see. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for the parent? Ooh, that came out fast. And this card keeps coming out. It's the Six of Cups. And it's twofold. It's a few things. There's the traditional interpretation, but then also the interpretation that this particular um, creator of this deck has given it, which is different from the traditional. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you the original interpretation as I see it in relationship to this reading. And then I'm going to go to the actual book and read you the definition from the actual author because it's slightly different. And so I want you to hear both sides so that you can adjust it to how it best resonates for you and your household. So the Six of Cups in general is about nostalgia. It's about going back, really thinking about old memories and how things used to be. And here the Six of Cups is, about overflowing with memories, right? Like really thinking about them over and over again. So there may be a sense here, either from you, the parent, or the child, of this constant replaying of memory of how things used to be. And it could just be as simple as you are missing the way your child used to be when he or she was smaller, younger, or just different, right? Especially for those of you who have a child transitioning in terms of puberty. This could be huge, right? Because it's no longer that baby, right? I mean, he or she will always be your baby, but there is definitely, and not only evident, obvious to the eye, but also just obvious in energy, a shift that's happened, right? And so this card, the Six of Cups, always takes us back to the way things used to be and the loss of what used to be, right? That sense of maybe a little bit of mourning and grieving and missing what used to be. And so this is something that you personally may be going through as a parent, as you watch your little Leo grow up into his or her own self and way of expressing. And, that's just part of the cycle. It's okay. And it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. I'm picking up that some of you are beating yourself up for missing the way it used to be. It's like you feel bad that you are wishing your little one would allow you to put bowls in her hair, where now she's like, no, I want to go play soccer. Leave my hair alone. It's like whatever it is for you, it's going to be different for everyone. But it's okay. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay to mourn the way things used to be. It doesn't make you a bad parent. It just means that you're going through your own transition and it's okay to have the memories. Now, on the flip, though, you may be noticing that your child is also tugging at memories or reminding you, like literally verbally saying, hey, mom, remember when blah, 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 or hey, dad, remember blah, blah, blah. And that's making you go through your own thoughts. So let me read you here what the author wrote. Okay, so it's a bit different. So I'm going to read this for you. So this author of this particular deck writes, Six of Cups are stacked high enough to provide a new perspective. The wounded heart is lifted by reflecting on simpler and happier times. The memories flow down, drenched in the sounds, taste, and sense of years gone by. Joy, reflection, memory, nostalgia, lightness of heart. So, okay, so maybe not that different than when we were talking about earlier, but there's a little bit more focus on woundedness of heart in this interpretation. So, yes, again, you may be going through that. Don't beat yourself up for that, parent. You're doing a great job. Your little one is happy. Yes, there may be some confidence issues here, but it's okay. You're going to remind your little one that all is well, that bumps on the road happen, and that it's not a bad thing. And you've got their back at the end of the day. So, good job. You're doing great. I hope this helped someone. Please subscribe, comment, like. And if you like my channel, come back. I'd love to have you here in March. Bye.